Hello, and thank you for tuning in for the first ever Herald News online debate featuring the candidates for 7th Bristol District State Representative, Democrat incumbent Kevin Aguiar, and Republican challenger C.J.Ferry. My name is Patrick Luce. I'm the editorial page editor for the Herald News, and I'll be serving as moderator for the debate. Both candidates will have 2 minutes to answer each question, and debate may continue on any question at my discretion. We will conclude with a 2-minute closing statement from each candidate. We flipped a coin to determine who would go first, and Representative Aguiar, you won the flip. So, first question. What do you think of Governor Patrick's approach to solving the economic crisis facing the Commonwealth, and what would you do differently to get Massachusetts back on track?
Well, I think the governor actually took some good stances on this issue. He has authority to cut a certain amount of different departments, and he needed collaboration amongst all the other the legislative branch, and I think he got that. So voluntarily, people were stepping up, taking cuts to their budget, and I think that overall, it's the first step in a budget crisis. Now, as things progress, if they get worse, then we're going to have to act again. But the spirit of collaboration, cooperation amongst the legislature and the executive branch has been second to none as far as I'm concerned in this case. Cutting that much money in the middle of a year is not very easy, as we all know. So I think overall, I think it was a good plan. What you can do differently, we're going to have to see what that amount is. I think it's all about the amount of the cuts. Just as we are in the local budget, a certain cut is easier to handle than a larger cut. So I think what we can do differently in the future is going to depend on how the situation progresses, what our tax receipts are, what our revenue is, and to see where we're at with it. But I, at this point, feel comfortable with the fact that the governor has acted. He acted swiftly, he acted strongly, and with collaboration, and I think that's the right way to approach it.
In this respect, I must agree with Representative Aguiar. The governor did act swiftly, and I was extremely surprised to see the collaboration by all branches, legislative, judicial, as well as the executive branch, come together to meet the needs of the Commonwealth. This has not always been a priority in meeting some of the needs that have come up. I think that with the projected revenue shortfall, as well as what we're looking at to be another projected shortfall in the upcoming quarter, I think that we need to seriously look at consolidation of departments and to start reducing the duplication of services in our budget. I think the governor as well as the legislative branch need to look strictly at where these monies are being spent, what departments are actually being duplicated either by county services or other services throughout the state, and making the necessary cuts or mergers so that we can downsize government a little bit and make sure that we have the finances necessary to keep the Commonwealth going and moving strong without expansion of the 9C authority, which would attack local aid and Chapter 70 educational funds. Those are needed by the cities and towns. But our cities and towns also need to be aware that that may become an option for the governor, and they need to appropriately plan for such an option.
So you do not support 9C enhanced powers for the governor?
I do not say I don't support enhanced 9C authority for the governor. If our finances dictate it, it may become absolutely necessary, in which case I think the legislature should consider expanding the governor's 9C authority. Again, this hasn't happened since November of 2000, under the Governor Romney. So that was, I believe it was the 2007 that occurred. And while it was a pinch to many cities and towns, we were able to struggle through it. And I think that every city and town can struggle through it if it becomes absolutely necessary. But we have to look at the finances and the reality of the matter that across the board, we are losing money in our economy. Revenues are down, not only for us, but for employers and the retail market.
Representative Aguiar, would you support such an initiative?
I kind of agree. I think that the fact of the matter is right now we don't need it. We've done it in collaboration. If it does come a time, we in the legislature are ready to act. We're meeting on it. You know, we know what it is. The Speaker knows what it is. Chairman DeLeo, the Ways and Means Chair, knows what it. Senator Murray knows it. So everyone in the legislature is very well aware of how to approach this as we go forward. And in the legislature also has rules, and the rules are that they don't like to have at the end of a session with some lame duck people that are retiring or moving on to have formal sessions such as that. So I think there's a lot of different things that come into play as well. But with the cooperation and collaboration we're having right now, I think we're working on it together, and I think that's the right way.
That concludes this segment of our online debate. Please log on to heraldnews.com on Monday to check out the next installment.